You're still watching Good Morning Nigeria on the network service of the NTA. Now, let's turn our attention to our third topic for the day. Nigeria's current economic outlook and how the country can transcend this state is an issue of serious debate, with some insisting that it requires all collaborative efforts from stakeholders across both the government and private sector in churning out implementable such as a national rewards program.
Well, this initiative rewards consumers across Nigeria with guaranteed life-changing cash rewards when they purchase goods and services from Nigerian companies. The program is a public-private partnership that puts cash back directly into the hands of Nigerian consumers when they patronize Nigerian businesses. Sounds really good, Julie.
Very good. Well, joining us from our Lagos studio to speak more on the National Rewards Program is Bolaha Olojide, finance analyst and social commentator. You're welcome to Good Morning Nigeria. Explain to us what this is all about. I'm a consumer. I go and buy things. How can I get, cash rewards in return for what for the purchase of goods and services? Try to tell us more, because it's like a good news. Good. It rings very, very nice to the ear.
Yeah.
Yes. Explain it to us, please. Let's understand it, and our viewers watching this morning.
One of the things that is known, or is well known, is loyalty programs by a lot of sellers in the market, and that cuts across consumption of telecom services, banking services, retailers, and all sort of people who offer one good or service to the country. From time to time, do have all these loyalty programs. But what we have not seen, or what has not been popular, is these loyalty programs being done in cash. Typically, if you go to a store and buy stuff and they are doing all this loyalty program, so you might have, oh, if you buy this, you get this, or if you buy this, I give you some points that you can keep and use to purchase in the future. But what this other program is saying is that rather than give people points, or rather than give them certain other items in the shop, we will give you cash back once you attain the threshold that we have set. So an MTN might say, this are just using arbitrary numbers, that if a particular customer bought 1,000 naira worth of airtime, then I will give a cash reward of 10 naira or 50 naira, whatever the number is. And this cash reward can be used for anything, even outside purchasing MTN airtime. He could take that reward and have it credited to his bank account, for example. He can also use it for any purpose that he may desire whatsoever. So this is why this cash token thing is particularly different from other reward schemes that we know of. Now, beyond the cash wallet which is created, you now have a draw that is also associated with it. So I'm saying, in the course of my normal consumption, I've consumed a particular item up to a threshold, and I get a cash token credited to my wallet. But on a weekly basis, the provider of this service is saying there will be a draw. And I think this is the attraction, really. Apart from the cash that is already put in the wallet, then there is a weekly draw. And in the course of that draw, people could win between 5,000 naira and 100 million naira. So you can imagine someone who has met the threshold for consuming airtime or a banking service or even a government service. And by virtue of meeting that threshold, he gets entitled to that raffle ticket that makes him participate in the weekly draw. And anything could happen in that weekly draw, from 5,000 to 100 million. 100 million definitely is something that could change the life of even a million.
Very good. And what's on my mind now is how every Nigerian can participate. You just mentioned buying airtime, you know, transacting business with a government agency. What if I go to the market to buy a basket of tomato? Would I also be able to participate in this cash reward scheme? You know, I'm saying because not everybody, you know, may go to the bank to use the bank, you know, all the time, or, you know, have business to do with government. You know, some people just patronize the normal open market. My cameraman is laughing. Yeah, so if he wants to buy a biscuit across the street, can he also participate in this?
The way people at that level can participate will usually be through the consumption of their airtime and data. Irrespective of the fact that you go to the open market to buy tomatoes, you still consume items like airtime, 100 naira airtime, data, whatever the data amount you consume is. So through that window, people can participate in the scheme.
You know, an increase in consumer spending as a result of this cash rewards that is offered to consumers?
I think this, for me, is the most important part of the scheme. When you incentivize people to consume, so ordinarily, let's say I normally buy 1,000 naira airtime every week, and I am being incentivized to buy 1,100 because there is a reward of 50 naira that comes back to me. What that does is that it incentivizes people to consume because of the cash reward that goes into their wallet and the fact that they are now entitled to participate in a raffle draw that could lead to winning of between 5,000 and 100 million naira. So once people plug into that, and they are consuming more, it means that for those businesses, the sales increases. When the sales of the businesses increases, then there will be more profit, they are able to employ more, and government benefit more because they pay taxes more when they make more profit. When they employ more people also, it has a positive impact on the economy. So incentivizing consumption will help to create certain multiplier effect within the economy and create activities, economic activities that will be beneficial for growth generally for the economy.
Bola, you know, listening to you, I'm just smiling ear to ear because, you know, I like the sound of this, really. But
you like the sound of money.
Some Nigerians may be asking if you think this is the right time for this kind of reward program, considering the economic situation. You know, do people really have a lot of cash to spend? And on the kind of things you're talking about, how many people are actually making calls that are not necessary these days, looking at how much you have to spend on other things? Anyways, that's on one end. Then, do you really think that this program will benefit small businesses, you know, not necessarily the big businesses that are already up there and making all the money? Would he encourage, you know, small businesses, you know, the entrepreneur on the street and all that? Can he help boost their businesses too?
Definitely. Small businesses, entrepreneurs, they are all also on one side consumers. So they consume at two levels. At their personal level, they consume. And then their small businesses also consume certain goods and services. So at these levels, at these two levels of their consumption, they can plug into this scheme and be a beneficiary, not just of the cash wallet, an amount that gets into their cash wallet by virtue of their consumption, either at individual level or at business level, but also into the weekly draws. So imagine a young entrepreneur, by virtue of his consumption, wins a 10 million naira draw at the end of a week. That could definitely transform the business, the small business. And these are the opportunities that exist out there. As a matter of fact, because the program will also involve, you know, you can design it. The raffle draw will ride on the back of certain algorithms, you know, and those algorithms could be defined, could be designed and defined to ensure certain level of redistribution. So you want to pass money to consumers, and you can also now stratify how that money goes to different level of consumers. So definitely entrepreneurs and small businesses can benefit by virtue of their consumption at both individual level and at their small businesses levels.
Do you have a projection or estimates on the potential economic impact of the program?
The owners of this program have made certain projections which are based on research. For example, it is anticipated that the revenues that could accrue to government could be within the range of over 500 million up until about 1.2 trillion. I mean, over 500 billion up until about 1.2 trillion naira to the government. Well, you see, Nigeria's economy is not just, it's the largest in Africa, we have been told. And it is not just on paper, it is in reality. So how the organizers of this scheme plug into that huge economy, build trust of the people around the scheme, once people see that, oh, this is working. Oh, the weekly draws, people are winning. Oh, when I make purchases, I actually get an amount in my wallet. People will massively embrace the program, and it is possible to generate massive income for the stakeholders in the program. There are also estimates around the wealth redistribution capacity of this. Look, one of the main problems that the redistribution of wealth in the country has suffered is integrity. People have not really expressed much trust in how the distribution of, especially to the lowest rung of the ladder, how it has been going. We all knew what happened recently and all of that with the humanitarian affairs. But when you have a partnership that now has a private sector participant in the mix, driving the stuff, you can build a better level of trust with the people. And as people watch these things being delivered, their trust is further enhanced and confidence in the program, and they will embrace it. Nothing is impossible as far as those numbers are concerned if this is executed the way it ought to be.
Talking about executing it the way it should be, I would just like you to, let me and the viewers know how transparent would this be? Because, somebody may just be thinking, this is not just another kind of I don't know, one of those money-making schemes in disguise, and, maybe, I don't know. So just let us know, how do you intend to make this program, as transparent as possible, so that, if you benefit anything, you're able to, get your money, like you have said. And then how do you intend to make the program sustainable? It's not just going to be something temporary, and then can actually bring about wealth redistribution, which is the focus of the program.
And you keep talking about the wallet. How do you create the wallet? How do people create the wallet so that they get paid into?
Now, first heard of cash token. I'm like, what exactly is cash token? Have I not seen something like that before? So what did I do? I went onto my phone and did a search on my SMS for cash token. And I found out that I have actually received 4 cash tokens in the past. Some of them were as old as a couple of them were as old as 2019 cash tokens. So I'm like, oh, okay, I've been getting these SMSs, so what are all this about? Okay, if I receive cash token, where is the cash token? So I was told I should put in a USSD code and check. So I put in the USSD code, and guess what? The cash token all the way from that 2019 was still sitting in my wallet on that my telephone. So when people are told, when this program is fully deployed, and people are told, or they get the message, oh, you've received a token, and they go to their wallet using the USSD code or any other asset that the providers will give them, and they are able to see that the cash is actually in their wallet, and they've been told that this cash that is in your wallet, you can use it to, and they go there and they say, move this cash into my account, and it moves. That right there is transparency. Then when it comes to the raffle draws or the weekly national draws, people want to know real people that are winning. So this should be public matters, and then let's have real people that are making those wins. These are the things that will build transparency, that will ensure transparency, or rather, that will build confidence of the consumer. The transparency will build confidence of the consumers to participate in this program. So as they see that, the more they embrace it, the more the clientele base will expand, and the more we can stimulate consumption by virtue of the program.
Okay, Mr. Bolahan Olojede, National Rewards Program Finance Analyst and Social Commentator. Well, we'll be watching. We'll see how it goes. You get our feedback. When some people are, once I get my reward, you get the feedback. Okay, thank you so much for coming on Good Morning Nigeria, and Sports Update is next.
Record 7-time champions Egypt, like an injured talisman, Mohamed Salah were knocked out of the Africa Cup of Nations on Sunday after losing a penalty shootout 8-7 against DR Congo. A tense last 16 clash finished 1-1 after extra time, with Meshak Elia scoring on 37 minutes for DR Congo and Mustafa Mohamed equalizing in first half added time from a penalty. Goalkeeper Lionel Bassi converted the winning sports kick in San Pedro after fellow shot-stopper Mohamed Abu Gabal had seen his kick strike the bar and fly over.
Can he win it? A pass! Egypt are out 8-7 on penalties.
In the other AFCON Sunday's game, Mohamed Bayo headed in a dramatic winner in the 8 minutes of injury time as Guinea beats 10-man Equatorial Guinea 1-0 on Sunday to advance to the quarter-finals.
Diakite on the overlap. Can he get the cross in? It's a good ball in! Oh, they've got the winner! It's Mohamed Bayo on the stroke of full time. It's all over. Guinea will advance.
Guinea will now face the Democratic Republic of Congo in the last 8 in Abuja on Friday.
Your Australian Open men's singles champion for 2024, Yannick Sinner.
That's Good Morning Nigeria for today. 3 topics. I hope you found it informative, entertaining, and educative. Join us again tomorrow for another episode of the program. I am Jumai Yeso.
And I would like to call it info edutainment package
today. Yes.
I'm Yenwe John. Enjoy the rest of your day, and of course remain tuned to the Nigerian Television Authority.